Brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, welcome once again to the broadcast. Before we begin, let us have a moment of silence for those who have departed. Our problems are not their problems anymore. Well, friends, nothing quite changes your perspective like changing the place you are standing. Getting away from the failed King's Road Protectorate, now still, I suppose, the King's Road, it's been good for me. The Protectorate was a fine idea, a mighty fine one. But, and it's a big but, on the journey from a notion to a political territory, a lot of things changed. When I had my dream, my vision of the King's Road community, there were many more men at my command. Not only the dozen who have been scattered and lost in the West, but we were to have the cooperation of the Brotherhood as well, fine, skilled soldiers to help defend her. The Council was also alive then, a way to encourage greater cooperation, which is now gone. A compact made in time of great struggle that crumbled under the weight of our differences and the grudges between us. I failed to maintain the council. The buck will ultimately stop here. But many others failed to try, gave up because it was hard, never believed it could last, or worse, wanted it to fail. There's plenty of blame to go around, but I'll take the lion's share. That's fair. But without the men, and without the council's cooperation, and as uncertain as I should have been about the bridge burner's condition, as uncertain as I should have been about the Guardian's stomach for war, I should never have gone forward with the plans, with attempts to hold the King's Road. I had faith that we would find a way to make it work, and I was wrong. I apparently thought if I believed extra hard, if I insisted on its reality to others, if I could shame the bad into behaving and reward the good for standing, everything would work out in the end. Instead, I should have recognized the difficult reality that as good of an idea as it was, its time was not now. I think its time will come, and possibly the way it will come will be different than how I intended. But its time and way are not now, not mine. There's something else I saw while standing from another perspective. Unity. Not unity from the good people, no. Unity from the others. The bandits and the thieves. The wicked and the wanton. The flesh-eaters and the thrill-killers. They are together. When the Takistani militia prowled the north, taking hostages to bargain for explosives and guns, did not take FMC members hostage. When the Wanderers skulked behind fences to ambush, they never found dark as midnight in their crosshairs. When the Gilligans were on the radio crowing over their latest rampage, the cult of Papa never demanded they seek them out in combat to see who better serves the void. You want to see real unity? Look at the villains and troublemakers. They stand together in non-opposition to one another. They don't feel compelled to force each other under heel. They don't feel the need to argue about who handles a robbery the most professionally, or whether they risked too much to kill the people conversing around the fire. Not us, though. We, the good people, we argue about everything. It's not enough for us that other people are trying to help. We need them to help our way. It's not enough that a group is hunting down bandits. I don't agree with their methods. Or they don't choose the targets I think they should. Or their altruistic mission isn't important as my altruistic mission. Getting good people who try to serve others before themselves, or who serve the greater good, to work together usually seems to fail, because at some point, everyone wants to pull out their metaphorical dicks and get to measuring. Except everyone's measuring with different units and standards. Are we truly so fragile? So small that we often spend more time fighting and arguing with each other than the actual fighting of the good fight? Are we so fearful about the state of the world that we've become this myopic? I, for one, am embarrassed for how divided and opposed so many of the supposed good people around here have been acting, myself included. If you've contributed to the Rancor, maybe you ought to be embarrassed too. I encourage everyone who believes they are fighting the good fight to ask themselves where the way they scrutinize their contemporaries comes from. Unity is more than just a creek east of Crescino Road. It's a way of interacting and feeling together with others. Let us not waste our time and energy proving that our flavor of heroism tastes the best. Let those who stand for the greater good stand together without unnecessary judgment. Let us recognize that while others may fall short of our expectations and our preferences, that does not mean they are lost. Often they are fighting the only way they know how, by finding something precious, something they can believe in, and not letting go. It doesn't matter who saves the day better than others. It doesn't matter who works the hardest. What matters is unity. Good night, my brothers and sisters, my sons and daughters, and go with God.